body, I'm alive and I am free. Mahadeva Sharire Jivan Mukta Shivoham. Mahadeva Sharire Jivan Mukta Shivoham. The great God in this body is living free. The great God in this body is living free. When a raindrop is falling toward the ocean, there may be fear of dissolution. But when it touched the ocean, can it tell? Can it tell the story? The story, the story of this meeting. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. When a river is flowing toward the sea, there may be some hesitation. It will lose its individual name. Where will we find the Ganga, the Amazon, in this great ocean? Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Can we fall in love with a cloud? And if we do, how long will it last? Everything is passing. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 He walks the street just like you and me. In his white robe, on his lotus feet, he put his palms together, and with the eyes of humility, he embraces the ones around him, sharing the deepest truth. He can see you. He can truly see you. And you can meet yourself in that space beyond all illusions. His name is Buddha. His name is Jesus. His name is Papaji. His name is Mujiji. His name is Ramana. His name is yours. He can see you. He can truly see you. With the eyes of clarity and the heart of divinity, it's time to go beyond this limiting mind doesn't exist. And it's time to see yourself in the true way. It's time to look within, don't run away. He walks the street just like you and me, and he knows there's no difference, that all is one. We can know this. We can also know this. And we can meet ourselves in that space beyond all illusions.
My dear. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Satguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Very happy to see all of you here. Some of you after a big break, I see you. Very nice, very nice. So if you're in the Hangout, you can ask your question by unmuting your mic. And if you're on YouTube, you can put your question in the chat. And also if you're on YouTube and you feel that you have this strong urge to come in the Hangout and put a question or just to be in the Hangout, you can let us know and we'll make some space for you to come. So what I'm doing this year is I'm asking most of the questions. And it's been very beautiful, isn't it? Very good. Happy birthday, Dinan. Good that you could join us. Is it still your birthday there or is it over now? Okay, so you can come up first, my dear.
Hi, Father. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, it's quite okay.
Yes, namaste.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So nice to be
Big
here.
birthday love. Big love and hugs to you from all of us.
Thank you.
So what time is it there for you?
It's 10:40 at night.
Okay, not too bad then. Yes.
I don't know.
So you mentioned that today as your birthday has been an opportunity for some great clear seeing. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I don't know. I can. There's just been a lot of appearances happening
Yes.
quickly, one after the other, the last few days that have made it very clear I have no control over anything, which is fine and very good and very grateful. It's just a lot happening fast.
Yes.
It's fine. In the moment, it feels a lot, but then it's fine.
Mm.
So there's some disorientation, which is also fine. Some like trying to understand.
Mm.
There's something trying to understand, like what we're doing. It felt like I knew what we were doing before in satsang, and now it suddenly feels like, what do we? That's not even the right words, but there's just,
Mm.
I don't even know how to explain it, and even that's fine. Like there's not distress about it. There's just a lot of. I don't even know. I don't even know how to tell you. It just, a lot comes and it gets very frightening and torrential. And there's brief hooking, and then there's seeing, which I'm very grateful for. And it doesn't necessarily go right away, but it can continue to play because there's some space with the seeing. I don't know, Father. I don't even, like, I'm listening to myself talk, and even this seems, I don't know.
Do
You
you
have
feel to
questions?
go through? Do you feel to go through some self-inquiry together, or will that spoil the birthday celebrations?
Or what?
Do you feel that we should go through some self-inquiry together, or do you feel that that would spoil the birthday celebrations?
No, I've been in inquiry all day. It's very good.
This is good.
It's very good. Yeah, it's very good. The birthday has been, it's confronted a lot about special and just all kinds of stuff. So it's very good to be in inquiry today.
So you said earlier that it is completely clear to me that I have no control.
Well, it's being made very clear to me over
Yes.
and over.
Yes.
So it's clear for times, and then I can see where I come back in and start trying to plan. Um, and then something else will happen.
Yes. And what is your discovery? Your discovery is that this I who has no control and this I who's trying to plan again, is this I you really?
No, no, I can. There's moments where it has that energy, that sense of I, but it's seen.
So then, which is the I which is really you?
So the I that is me is the space, and I can feel that and know that. I know that. I don't know how I know it, but there's a lot of resistance to saying I know that. It feels like I'm a fraud, which is seen, but that's what comes up. Like, do you really know that?
Hmm.
Or there's just some resistance to
So,
saying
so
something.
let's look at this. So let's look at this. So the thought comes and says, do you really know that? So
Right.
I also ask you this question, do you really know that? Let's look at this once and for all and get this over with.
I really know that. I
Hmm.
what what's happening is I really know that in a way I just don't know how I know it. And so it's known in this other way. that somehow the doubt just creeps in because it's known in this other way than I have known things before or felt like I
Okay,
knew.
maybe we can do one thing.
Okay.
Maybe we don't say no. We don't say no because no could refer to knowledge. Yes. So maybe instead of saying no, we say, what do you see? What do you see right now? If right now I were to ask you, what do you see yourself to be? Then what would the answer be?
What's here very clearly is seeing, and yet something that feels like there's still the sensation that feels like I'm a person, but it's seen. And so something arises that feels like it should feel different, but then that's seen. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
both feel like they're running. Like I feel like a person, but that's immediately seen. So then there's
yes,
just seeing,
yeah.
but something resistant to just saying I'm
What if
this.
we could just look at all that is phenomenally arising, all that is phenomenally arising, and we know that if it is coming, then it is going. So hence, it must be phenomenal, isn't it? It must be just another appearance. So if we were to just use the term appearance and not worry so much about the specifics of what is arising, would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay. So there are these appearances which are arising and they are going. And you are aware of them, isn't it?
Right.
And when you look inside and you check, does it feel like you can be these appearances?
No. No.
And the mind will attack you at this point. It will say, are you just saying, is this really true? Don't worry about any of that. See, it's just another appearance. Just another appearance. And the mind will try to push all your buttons in this way. That's why when we keep the focus on the right now, then we see that I am this simple, plain awareness which is unconcerned by any movement of appearance. Even when the movement is happening, it is happening within the appearance itself. So now don't try to convince your mind about it. The trouble that many of us have is we try to convince our mind, why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? You see, this becomes too much trouble because this mind will never understand. This mind is programmed only to convince you that you are a person, only to operate in the paradigm of personhood. So don't expect that the mind will change. You see? So when the mind comes and says, but you, but you, but you, this you is still the person that it is referring to. And you have seen already that the person is only imagined. It's just imagination. And you cannot do this trick actually of becoming something other than the seeing, becoming something other than the awareness. So if there's some sense of effort which seems to be going to become the awareness, then I can tell you that this effort is completely not needed. Even the effort to try and control our attention is not needed. So let attention also completely go free. And for all of you, I want to tell you this, that many of us still struggle And we say that I must hold on to my attention and keep it home, keep it with the sense I am, or something like this. I am saying just leave it completely free. Nothing will happen. You see? And then your perspective becomes broad, it becomes global, you see. You're not worried about controlling attention. Attention is free to dance about as it likes. So this is freedom. Freedom cannot be a state where we are trying to hold on to something and keep it in a certain place. Freedom must mean that all movements can also continue to happen. But we refuse to get confused about who we are. I refuse to get confused about who I am. How can this confusion come? How can this pretense come? Only when we believe the content of our thoughts. Even energy is not a problem. You say that some sensations come, some energies come which try and do this, but even these are not a problem unless you believe your thoughts about them. So let the world dance, let all appearances dance. Internally, let the dance happen, externally, let the dance happen. But you will find very quickly that you are just the unchanging witness of all of this. And you, as awareness, are completely untouched by any of this content and completely uninterested in controlling any part of the movement. And if there's a person who is trying to become the awareness, all that effort is not needed. That person can never become awareness. That person is just an idea, just a concept. Then what remains to be done? Yes, it's an actual question.
Is there's nothing. There's nothing to do.
And this sense of dropping effort, this sense of nothing to be done, that itself is also freedom, you see. Now, what can come to which you can say that this is happening to me?
I can tell you things that get that attention, but
Okay, so shall we all do something together? Can we all do something together? As an experiment, we play around with something. So just right now, let your attention go completely free. Don't exert any control over attention. Let it go completely free. Let it go left. Let it go right. Let it go wherever it wants. Let it go to thoughts. Let it go to emotions. No sense of control over attention. Be completely open to whatever it is bringing. Don't judge anything at all. Let it do whatever it likes. Just hold on to your belief. Keep your belief in your pocket and let your attention go completely free. Be completely open. Be open to all that is coming. Let attention go. Let it go wherever it wants. Leave your body also free. Let it do whatever it likes. If it wants to fall down to the ground, let it fall. If it wants to stand up, let it stand. Don't exert any control over your body. Let your thoughts also completely free. Set them free. Whatever thought wants to come, just be completely open. All emotions are also allowed. All emotions can come and go. Don't resist anything at all. Everything is moving naturally and freely. Let it all just come and go. Don't try to come to any state. Don't be concerned about any states coming or going. No state means anything to you. Let it all come and let it go. Leave your attention completely free. No concern about where it is going. Ego means resistance. Ego is another word for resistance. When there is no resistance, there can be no separation. In this non-resistance, you are discovering the freedom of the sage. And you are discovering that there is nothing that needs to be done. There is no state that needs to be found. And this might seem unnatural at first. It might seem like you don't have legs to stand on for a while, but this is actually your natural state. Everything is allowed, nothing is resisted. Without resistance, you cannot suffer. Just let go. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You see, now you see that nothing ever needed to be done. All that was needed, if at all, was the dropping of this pretend resistance. It's never real, you see, it's only imagined. And the allowing is not a doing actually. It seems like a doing initially, but you see that allowing is the state of rest. Everything can come and go. Can it be simple just like this? Many of you often have this question: what is the life of a sage like? How does he experience his life or she experiences her life? And this is exactly how it is. Everything is just coming and going. There's no resistance. If some momentary resistance arises to something, it is quickly dropped. It's not having to work at something. It's not trying to keep up a state. It's not trying to hold on to some freedom. Just a very natural, restful state. Deep rest, even when the body could be extremely tired, you can say that the body is tired, but you can never say really that I am tired. Complete openness to all that is coming and all that is going. And whatever roles need to continue, they continue. And whatever roles need to be dropped, they drop. What work needs to happen appears to happen. What relationships seem to form appear to form. This is supreme simplicity. And there's no trying to keep up with some image. No concern for what another might think of you. All is just flowing this beautiful river of life. So don't tell me about the Ganga Jal that you got last year or last week or yesterday. Tell me about the Ganga water which you have dipped out right at this moment. Because the Ganga is just a representation of your own holy presence. This sharing is my birthday gift to you, my dear. Hope you have a blessed year and may the Satguru always guide you to your supreme truth.
Thank you, Father. So happy to be here. So
Very happy you came. Very
I've been looking forward to it all day.
Yes, I sorry I missed the last part.
Oh, I've been looking forward to it all day.
Yes.
Thank you. I love you. I love you so
No,
much.
love you too, my dear. Happy birthday from all of us. So, are you all tasting the simplicity of this freedom? Okay, let me catch up on the chat as well. Thank you all. Thank you for joining in. Very happy you could join us. Okay, I remember that Nirmai wanted to come up today as well. Stay, my dear.
What to say after that?
I
I
know,
feel
tell me.
I feel like totally like you gave me a good slap.
Okay. No, I thought you were going to say you gave me a beautiful flower or something. Slap is okay.
And you know, like you get these little cartoon characters, like they have the little stars that go over their heads. Yeah, I feel a bit like that. Yeah.
It's very simple, isn't it? It's very simple like this. When we let everything just go free, when we see that all that is here is freedom. All concepts are set free, all ideas are set free, including the concepts of freedom itself. Because the truth does not need any concepts. It's only the false that needs to rely on some concept. So when we are not distracted by these concepts, what is here is clearly seen to be the truth itself, seen to be freedom itself.
Yes, I think there's a tendency here to try and with effort, and then trying not to have effort, and then thinking, well, if I don't have effort, then how am I going to recognize that I am free? And then I give it all up, and I have, I suppose, I've never felt like this with you, and like have this love and this trust for you. And if you said walk over the edge of the cliff, I would without a second thought. So I rest in my trust and my love for you, and I just let it all be, and everything is just fine. And I do self-inquiry, but it all ends up in such a fiddly, muddly mess that I just think of you, and everything is fine. It's just okay.
And one day, maybe if you like today or some other day, we can one day actually go through the self-inquiry together. Because it is not so messy actually. It doesn't need to be. It can, I know it can seem like, but doesn't need to be.
I think one of the fears with doing self-inquiry with you or with Guruji is that a very strong thought comes up. Oh my, I'm gonna waste your time, you know, and yeah, and that's such a strong, and it's sort of like in second go, I go all tight. It's like it's like, oh no, you know, like inquiry will come and I just get and then I waste your time, and the Sangha is going, you know, and you know. I think as someone said at Guruji's Satsang, you know, I know everyone wants to see me break down and get it, and I'm just going to be a disappointment. You know, becomes very strong. So,
I have no concern for my time actually. I have no concern for my time. Because actually this time is just projected time. Not to get into too many concepts, but you are the eternal one, you see. I know that I, in reality, am the eternal one. Mujiji gave me this beautiful name called Ananta. And Ananta means the eternal one actually. So we're not now talking about the form, we're not talking about concepts, but what you really are is completely eternal. So for the eternal one, a billion years is only the blink of an eyelid, not even that. You see, for infinity, no number is big. If you are infinite, then nothing is big. And I know that every moment which is appearing through grace. So don't worry if you come up and you're the only one that is interacting on that particular day in satsang, that's exactly how it is meant to be. That is grace for everyone. And even the judgments that might be coming in the minds of others is also satsang for them, you see. Also satsang.
eternal.
Inquiry, especially now, after the Rishikesh season is over, there seems to be a lot of energy which is coming towards just this very direct inquiry. So I don't feel that it can ever be a waste of time. I feel that it is my complete joy actually. Yes, I know what can get confusing is that during the process of inquiry, it might seem like the teacher has some sense of expectation of you getting what is being conveyed. But that is just to put the mind in some sort of a corner, you see. Just trying to block all escape routes for the mind. It feels like it's cornered and now something, so we need to put it in a place where it runs out of modes so that then it can just be pushed out like this. It can just be pushed out. That's why it seems like a little bit of an attack. It seems like, there's too much expectation that something should happen to me. Pressure, it can seem like a pressure situation. But in reality, I always know that you are always free. I'm not expecting a particular outcome. And the more we can do the inquiry just with complete integrity. So when I say, who are you? Or when you ask yourself, who am I? What is the answer that comes, which seems the truest answer for you? Then even if that seems like, okay, I'm just the body. If the answer seems so true that I'm just the body, we can start from there, you see. I'm not waiting for the right answer. I'm not waiting for a fancy answer. So we can start from wherever you would like to start. Because there is no journey actually to finish. There's nothing that actually needs to be done. It's just some concepts which are there and they are being looked at, and the old concepts, the misidentification is just being discarded. That's all that's happening. You're not creating the self. You're not creating a new self out of you. You're already the self. Now, if I was to ask you, what seems like the truest answer to the question, who am I? Then what would you say?
It just seems to be me whose attention goes off,
Yeah.
and then sometimes then I believe in what my attention sees, and then I see that, and then I come back to me. But who this me is, I don't know. There's nobody else. You know, there's nothing else. Just me, my attention, and belief, and aware of me, my attention, and belief, and that's all. So, but who the me is, I'm just you know, I don't know who the actual me is.
So this is good. So you say that there's a sense of me, and then there's a sense of all this phenomenal existence where attention can go. And this sense of me also you are aware of or no?
Me and I'm aware of in that I exist.
That I exist. This is very good.
Yeah.
You are aware that you exist. And you say that I exist as what? That is not very clear to me, yes? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So there's a sense that the sense of I amness or I existness. But is this sense present in deep sleep also?
No.
So then even the presence of me, the sense I am or I exist, even this ultimately comes and goes. And yet we can say that I enjoyed my sleep. You see, so there's something that knows even sleep and something that knows waking. So when I say, can you stop being now? You will say no. Because this sense of existence is here, isn't it?
Yes.
So this beingness is here, and yet you are aware even of this presence. So when I say, can you stop being now? Why do you say no?
Because it's a constant.
Yes. In the waking state or in the dream state, it's a constant, this presence. But when I say, are you aware now? Then in this question, when you say yes, in this question, even the sense of being doesn't have to be looked at, isn't it? Even the sense I exist is not important to answer this question, am I aware now? You can slow
This
down
is
a
where
bit.
I was about to say that suddenly it's like everything's just sort of and this is exactly what happens. I get. It's like I don't know. It's like the mind is trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's coming up with something it is also saying at the same time?
It's saying, yeah. It's like I'm trying to understand what you're saying, and I can't understand what you're saying. I could up to that point.
I know what you're saying because this time in this season, Guruji was often saying like this, isn't it? That the words are coming, but the mind is also going blue, 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 or something trying to distract you. It tries to play this sort of distraction so that it cannot be processed. It seems like nothing is getting processed. No? It can seem like
Yes. Yes.
so. Then it is very good to see like this, and we can take time. We can slow down really, and what you could do is you can point out and say, okay, this particular part I didn't understand, or this particular part, a part of me was not listening. So can you repeat that again? Very happy to do that because I know this trick of the mind. When it feels threatened, then it can come with this sort of energy which sort of takes your attention away.
So I got lost in beingness somewhere.
Yes.
When
You,
and
you were very clear till the point where you said that I'm clear that the sense of existence is here. Yes, that was clear. That the sense of existence is here, which the sense of existence is exactly what I mean when I say sense of being or beingness or I amness or consciousness. They're all synonymous. So when we are referring to the sense that I exist, we are saying that I am. Okay? So then we said that this I amness is here, but in the deep sleep state, even this presence is not here, isn't it?
yes.
Because in sleep you cannot say I am also. Nothing is.
Yeah.
Yet you are aware that you went to sleep. You are aware that there was nothing. There was nothing in sleep. So there must be a witness even of this nothing to say that there was nothing. Otherwise it would just be a blink, isn't it? All sleep would just be like a blink. But we are aware of the nothingness which is there in sleep. With me so far?
Yes, I am.
This is good.
But then the mind is coming in and saying, but I can't find the witness of that.
Yes, because it is not a phenomenal experience. See? This awareness cannot be tasted phenomenally. The presence that I exist is the immaculate phenomenal experience. It's the first phenomenal experience. And you are the witness even of this, because you are aware of the sense of existence. The sense of existence is not aware of you. It's okay, we can go slower if you like.
No, it's okay. I'm like, I can feel everything like really seriously tightening up here.
Yes. And even that is witnessed, isn't it? So there seems to be some sensation, some tightness, something coming, and you are witnessing that also. Yes. In fact, it is very good that this kind of resistance or some sensation comes, because I can use this in the inquiry. You see? I can use this in the inquiry. So you say that some sensations are appearing, and I say that you as awareness, you as the witnessing, are not touched even by these sensations. So can you check and tell me whether that is true or false?
I feel so. No, I feel so sick. I feel totally in this. There's no space to say I'm not touched by it. That would be untrue. I'm just like,
This is good. This is good to have this integrity. Don't believe any judgment about yourself because of this. Because you say that it seems like everything is just this, some energy, some sensations, they seem so strong. And you are witnessing them, isn't it? Even this seeming lack of space, you are witnessing. If you were
Yes.
not there to witness them, would they exist for you?
No.
So can we take a minute and see that this strong sensations are here and there is a witnessing of these, and just check whether the witnessing is actually touched by them.
Yeah, it feels like it can't really, because in a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes later there'll be something else. So and if that doesn't stay, it just sort of like slides off and something else slides back on. So yes.
It is very good to see. So you say that whatever the sensation might be, it is very soon replaced by something else. Whatever the appearance might be, it is soon replaced by something else. Yet you remain the same, isn't it?
Yes.
So this one, who is this one, who stays the same while everything comes and goes?
I'm not quite sure how to describe that.
Yes, yes, no description is needed, but you can sense it.
Yes. Yes, it's yes, that would more be it. Yes.
So is it like, if I were to ask you again, are you aware now?
Yes, I'm aware now.
And this awareness, is this what we are referring to as the undescribable one? Is this the one that stays when all appearances are coming and going? Is it not the same awareness which stays back, unconcerned with the content of what is appearing and disappearing?
It just sort of feel it doesn't feel. I don't feel strong enough in it, or I don't feel it enough. I'm not. The original one that I felt was just me, my thoughts and attention. I can't quite distinguish between the two. It's hard to explain. I'm not sure what's quite going on.
But this is good because you already see that which is coming and going, that cannot be me. Because I seem to be here, then all these states, all these experiences, all these appearances are coming and going, isn't it?
Yes.
I am giving you a presumption that suppose this, we say that this is the witnessing, this is the awareness, and I say that you are this awareness. Now just check and prove me wrong if you can. Show me how you are not the awareness.
No, I am the awareness, but it's like but is that awareness still feels me?
Yes. There's a presence of me, which is the most intimate experience, you see. So it's the difference in the two questions. There are two questions. One is, am I aware now? In which even the presence is not required. And the most intimate question after that is, can you stop being? In which you feel that the sense of me is so intimate, it's so here.
It's like everything's has gone into shutdown.
Yes. This itself is good because everything has been overworking and now it is shutting down. Yet the awareness is not shut down because you are aware of the shutdown also. You see? This witnessing you cannot turn off, even if all appearances shut down. You can try, you can just try to shut down the witnessing also and see if it is possible.
No, it's not possible.
So all that can be shut down is just part of the appearance, isn't it?
Yes, it's like the mind is shutting down. I think it feels like that. It's just,
This is
and
very
I'm
good.
so used to being with the mind, I don't know how to function without it. I guess that's what's happening.
The mind will become irrelevant to you. It can be very active or it can be shutting down. It will mean nothing to you because you see now that witnessing cannot be stopped and beingness cannot be stopped. You cannot stop being and you cannot stop witnessing. So let what can be shut down, let it be shut down. Okay. Therefore, if you can say that everything is shutting down, but this witnessing is still up, then this means that the witnessing must be greater than all that can be shut down, isn't it? Still with me?
Yes, something is. So this strong predominant me that I've been feeling is the person. Is that right? Would that be
Let's explore that a little bit. So there's this sense of presence or me-ness, you said, isn't it? The sense of beingness. Now this pure, unassociated presence is no trouble. This is no trouble. If you just say, I am, then no trouble. But very quickly a thought will come saying, I am this person, or I am Nirmay, or I am good, I am a woman. All this then identification. I am a body, I have to function in this world. So all this is the identification which this pure I amness can pretend to pick up through the power of belief. So when we are believing a thought, we are picking up a pretense of a person, picking up a pretense of some identification. So the pure sense of me, the pure beingness is no trouble. So we must not try to get rid of this, because this beingness cannot stop. As long as waking state is here, dream state is here, this will continue. It only automatically dissolves into yourself in the sleep state. So this is very pure, very holy. This is your own holy presence, this sense of me. So the minute it becomes I am a person, that is when the trouble starts. And it can only go from I am to pretending to be I am a person through belief in some thought. But the good news is that it can never actually become a person. This pure presence I amness, I am, can never actually become a person. It can only pretend. It can only imagine itself to be. And that is why we say that nothing really needs to be done except the dropping of the pretense, the dropping of the illusion of person.
Yes, I'm with that, and I fully understand and know that, and it's and believing thoughts, and it's like so I can rely on that one then, as that is not the mind. Yeah, I can rely on.
Yes, yes. But this I, this one is which one? Is it the same one relying on itself?
Sorry, can you?
The one you said, can I rely on the sense of presence? So this I, is this the same sense of presence which is saying, can I rely on myself? Or is it now the invented I?
I think that's the invented I.
That is the invented I. Because this is not the voice of awareness, and it is not the voice of beingness also. Because awareness does not need to rely on anything at all. And beingness is just being. So it needs nothing to rely on. So it is just this guy, the same guy, which is saying, so what do I do now? What do I rely on now?
This is the one that you're so right. Yeah, it just keeps sneaking in all the time.
It's very tricky.
Because when we did the meditation at the beginning, you know,
yeah.
and you say keep the belief in the pocket, and I did. And it seems that what happens in like an inquiry, it's like the mind, this guy sneaks in and it like tries to help me with the inquiry and tries to give me the answers, and then I listen, to what it's saying, and that's part of the reason why I just sort of just given up, and in that way, not giving up being free, but just given up that path and just gone, I lay it all at Father's feet, and hopefully Grace will sort it out. And what's happened that is what perhaps you've seen is what I experience as, whenever I do my inquiries, just like this guy just sneaks in, and I go, I believe him.
Yeah. But even when, let's continue looking for just one more minute, because I feel we've hit a crucial point here. So you say that this guy just comes in, you see, but awareness or beingness don't have any trouble with this also, actually. You see? So it is the same one who is so sneaky that first it comes in like this and then says, oh, look at this is what always happens to me. You see?
It's like I feel like I must be the dumbest self-inquirer out there. It's like I fall for it every time.
I would not believe this story about you. I would not believe it. How many can say so beautifully that the sense of presence is here, and this sense of presence is me, the sense of I amness. In fact, in many spiritual movements of the world, to get to this point of beingness itself is called self-realization. To discover this beingness itself is called self-realization. And they say that to know that I am the awareness even of this Atma is called God realization. So this beingness is nothing but the Atma, you see. So it's not something that you can just sneeze at and say, oh, I must be the worst. This one. So what you just did is something called the coming face to face with your Atma itself. Okay? And it's a rare one which has this blessing. It's the rare one. This itself, this holy presence itself is discovering the immortal one within you, the immortal presence within you. And this one is so clear to you. And you, like everyone else, will pick up some ideas once in a while. It's completely okay. Completely okay. You know, if it did not happen like this, then we would just do one satsang. You know, every sage would just have one satsang and finish. You know, everyone just listen to that one satsang, then nothing else required. But it is true for everyone that something subtle can be picked up, somewhere the sneaky thought gets released. That's why we have satsang every day. Why would Guruji do 5 weeks? He would just come to Rishikesh and just do one satsang and finish. Why do I do satsang 10 months in a year, more than 10 months in a year? Because like this, because I know the mind is like this. And it's very good that you can come, because this mind has been conditioned, has been nurtured, has been believed in for a long time, many lifetimes. And the deconditioning, the replacing of the old conditioning with just this pure sense of being, it's okay if it seems to take a while, if it seems to take some sessions of inquiry. Completely. And it's not like you have an awakening experience and everything is done. You see? It's not like this. I met Guruji in January of 2009. And the speaking started here only about maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. So even when there's a clear seeing that I am this, I am the awareness which is aware of even this being. This is clearly seen. Even after that, the mind will play some tricks. You just need to settle in. But don't believe new concepts about yourself that I must be terrible or I must be horrible. Not like that. I feel it is a blessing for someone to just be aware of their own sense of being. And the 7 billion people on this planet, if they were to really exist, there would be just maybe 100 who could actually say like this. Maybe 200 who could actually say like this. So don't believe this story that you are a terrible student or something.
Well, I just want you to know that I'll be going off on my travels at the end of the week. So I might not be in the hangout, or I might be, but I will always be here in Satsang with you, somewhere watching it sometime. So I cannot express that to you so much.
Wish you wonderful, wonderful adventures at Prem Bodhi's place. Hope you have a wonderful time. Give her my love when you see her as well. I met her only very briefly in Rishikesh this time. She's very beautiful. So hope you have great time at Sahaja. Give my love to everyone who's there. And you are always with me in my heart. Always with me.
You were Muji's gift to me. You know, you say we're your gift. You were. Oh.
Thank you, my dear. I feel completely the same about you. You're also Mujiji's gift to me.
Thank you for your kind father.
Morning, Father.
Good morning, my dear. Just give me 1 second. I just wanted to catch up on all the chat. Good. So I feel David and Sukhbir are making a similar point, which is that the letting go is not an effort. The letting go is the natural state of resting, and all this pretend effort to keep up the person idea seems to be the one which is the resisting of what is naturally here. This is good. And then there was a question from Supriya which said, sometimes I feel I pretend to be a person for others. So I give reactions like others so they feel comfortable and not let everything pass. But the playing of the role is never a problem for consciousness. The playing of any role, whether you are in a social situation, whether you are in a marriage situation, whether with your kids, in any situation, consciousness does not have to pretend to be a sage in all these roles, you see. It does not have a sticky identity called the sage identity. It is not attached to the sage identity. So when it comes up, that something comes up like a father, then that comes up like a father. When it comes up, something comes up like a friend, then it comes up like a friend. It has no interest in being a certain image. So let this spontaneity play through you. Let it play through you. All the words through your mouth, let them come from your heart, and you will find that all is just going through grace. All is happening through grace. You can trust your intuition, you can trust the Satguru to guide you through all of these life situations. So don't have a satsang you and a separate you. Let all these roles be played by consciousness itself very naturally. Otherwise, you'll create a dichotomy in your mind again, and this will lead to more trouble. And when you can come into the hangout, we can look at this some more, my dear. Good. Okay, so Aparna and Vikas both wanted to come up. Who wants to come first?
Namaste, Father.
Good night, Vikas. Hit me.
Hello.
Okay, my dear. Yes, yes.
Me?
It's not very clear.
Okay. Can you hear me, Father, now?
Yeah, just about.
Father, since yesterday, after I had the self-inquiry with you, this spiritual, even now I can feel the fear of you, Father. I don't know why I'm feeling in the chest area. I'm getting that fear of you. Looking at you, I'm getting scared. I'm not sure why. Yesterday whole night, it was 1 o'clock I slept, and after having, I dreamt only about the spiritual ego itself, spiritual ego coming up, taking over everything, and it's something is very frustrated because that is being noticed now, and there is very strong fear coming up. I don't know for what reason, but frustration is there, and even now I'm not able to look at you, Father. I feel like crying now. I can feel uh, that suffocation inside here. I don't know. I don't want to even look at you for some reason. Um, but there's like, why do you want to fix? I think probably that was the reason I couldn't come in for the satsang straight away. But something compelled me, like, no, you have to go. And then I made it, Father. Somehow grace made me to come here. I got into the hangout also. Um, I thought I should ask you and get rid of this thing because there's strong sense of um, suffocation inside now. I don't know what is this, Father, at your feet.
Very good, my dear. Maybe you can mute. Yeah, good, good. Yes, this is very good you brought this up because this is very common for this to happen. You say that we had a self-inquiry yesterday afternoon, and after that, it seemed like there's so much fear of me, fear of coming to satsang, fear of looking into my eyes, because something wants to hide, you see. Something wants to hide. Because this something got exposed. There was something which was enjoying the journey so far. It was feeling like I'm getting somewhere. I'm having a very clear scene. This is a great experience. I'm getting to what I wanted. And yesterday we pointed this one out. And then this one said, oops, now I'm in trouble. You see? Mhm. And anyone who was watching in the hangout would have been able to see this. That this one, when it got spotted, then became suddenly, oh, how did this happen? This was not part of the plan, you see. But this is the most auspicious thing. It is the most auspicious thing. Because even the spiritual journey starts off like a personal journey. It starts off like a personal journey with a person wanting to be free. But this is the only journey in which the person itself is asked to go. So far the person was being your friend, the ego was being your friend, saying, yes, yes, this is very good, I'm getting it, this is so clear. And then yesterday I said, who is the one who's had a clear seeing? I cannot let this one survive, you see, because this one is just the spiritual ego. And when the spiritual ego gets attacked, then it feels like, oh, the most uncomfortable thing. All these sensations can seem to come, which can seem to be strong, you see. But if I do not point this out to you, you know what will happen? You will become the most arrogant person. You will become this person who feels like they are personally liberated or something. But liberation is the freedom from this person. Freedom is the letting go of this guy. This one who says even, oh, that my seeing is so clear. You see? So now it seems like, for many it can seem very dramatic. For many it can seem very dramatic. In fact, even Jesus said this was the 40 days and 40 nights. When finally this strong remnant, the strong remnant of the ego needs to be confronted. But here, in these current times, I don't feel it needs to be so dramatic, you see. It can be very simple like this, like you come up in the hangout and you expose this and let the one who is fearful, let it burn. This is my blessing to you. It might seem like something strong, but it is actually my blessing to you. That let it burn completely right now, so that you do not have to go through 40 days and 40 nights of this. Let all the fear come, let it go, let it do whatever it wants, but I know that nothing will happen to you, because the grace of the Satguru is doing this. It is the grace of the Satguru himself who is doing this. You see? And this is a beautiful point where you come to. This is a beautiful point where you come to. Because not many actually get to this point. Many feel just personally they're getting more freedom, they're getting more peace, and that is enough for them. But not many are willing to confront this spiritual ego and say, out, not you also. I'm at the feet of my master, I don't want you also. I don't want to be the free person. If I'm just the dust at my master's feet, that is enough for me. I'm dropping all ideas of freedom or whatever ideas I had about being a liberated person. So let the body shake, let all sensations come and go. I know that nothing will happen to you, nothing will touch you in reality. Just hand it all over to me. I know exactly what to do with all of this. Don't feel it is something that you have to deal with. Very good. This is grace. Good.
I don't know what to say, Father. I don't know. I'm not able to speak, Father.
Okay. Okay. Very good. You can drink some more. You can drink some more. You can drink. Huh?
I'm not able to control myself, Father.
Yes. No reason to control it.
There's such a heaviness in my chest. Come and give you.
Very good. This is grace. I know some of you might be sitting and watching it, and it might look like something scary. It is great. How are you feeling on the inside? How are you feeling inside?
Little better, Father. Little better. My hands and legs are numb. So this whole area is numb. My chest is still heavy a little bit, but the breathing is okay now. I feel so different now. There's so much clarity. It's like new, everything new to me now. Fresh. Okay, bring that. Okay, bring. Keep
Sometimes we are not aware of how much we have repressed, how many repressed energies are there, what latent tendencies are there, and in 5 seconds they get released. It's okay. It doesn't have to always look very pretty and nice. But I know that all of this is grace.
Thank you so much, Father. This was
Right?
quite common for me before, Father. This kind of reaction was very common. Maybe like uh, I've never had this experience like almost now in 10 years. But before, I used to have this kind of thing problem all the time. If I get really upset or emotional, I would go up like this all the time. But this has happened after a really long time now, and my hands and legs are shivering. I'm shivering too. So there is little shivering, but there's such clarity, Father. There's something looks new to me. Not everything looks new to me now.
Very good.
Thank you, Father.
You can get some rest now and give your daughter also
Father,
all my love. Give your daughter my love. She must be a little bit scared as well. And
thank you. Yes, Father, she got scared what happened to my mom. Because I've never screamed like this and cried like this for a long time. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
thank you, my dear. Very good.
Thank you so much.
This is good.
Morning, Father.
Hello, my dear.
How are you?
I'm very good.
You look full of love. Your eyes, just radiate love and it takes away everything.
The one who is looking with love, they will seem like they are full of love.
Father would like to do the self-inquiry with you.
Yes, yes, but we do this tomorrow maybe. I'm feeling like a sense of my energy is sort of running out. So maybe we do this tomorrow. It's okay.
Oh, yes. Yes, Father. Yes, Father. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Priya, are you not well? Can't hear you, my dear.
I'm having satsang in bed.
Oh yes? Are you jet lagged or you're not well?
No, I'm a bit jet lagged,
Jet lagged. Okay.
but I'm very well.
Very good. Very good.
So happy to see you.
Same, my dear. Claire, you're doing well. Good to see you in the hangout again. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Nitya, very good. Okay, let's have, how about some bhajan?
don't know what it is with the hangout, but my heart starts racing. I have no idea why. It didn't happen there, but it happens here. No explanation. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
We can see. Okay, Parvati, my dear, you ready with your invocation?
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Guru Kripa, Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa, Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, Sarve santu niramya, Sarve patrani pashantu, Magaschetu bhavet. Asatum asat kamiya, tamasum ajyotir kamiya, Mriturma amritam gamya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamidachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Satguru Murti Ki Jai.
Thank you all so very much for joining in Satsang today. Satguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai.
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 Yay!
Jai.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Jai.
Big thank you to everyone on YouTube as well. Some of your names I see for the first time. Very welcome here. You're always welcome to join in. And if you want to come in the hangout, you can let us know and we can make some space for you next time when you come. Thank you, Parvati, my dear. We can turn the broadcast off now.